Sarah and this is Ryan and we work for Made for More. Today we are going to be chatting about self-esteem. As you're probably aware, self-esteem can go up and it can go down throughout the day. What we're going to look at, Russian doll. What's inside a Russian doll, Ryan?
Loads of other little Russian dolls.
Loads of other little Russian dolls. Okay, so let's think of this like your self-esteem. So you wake up in the morning, you're feeling really good. This is you. Your self-esteem is high, you are feeling amazing. You walk downstairs and suddenly whoever's at home with you, maybe your mum or your dad says, you look ridiculous, maybe you've got too much makeup on, you've not got enough makeup on. What did you do with your hair? That looks so strange. And suddenly you feel a little bit smaller. Then you get on the bus on your way to school, and actually the bus is really hard for you because you're bullied on the bus, and those people are there who bully you regularly, and suddenly you feel a little bit smaller. Then you walk into maths class, and actually you realise, do you know what, I couldn't do the homework last night, but it was really hard, and everyone must have struggled with that homework. But then quickly you realise everyone around you was able to do it, no problem, and you were the only one. And suddenly your self-esteem takes a bit of a hit because you feel like you're not as smart as the other people in the class and you feel a little bit smaller. Then people around you at lunchtime, the girls, the guys who you were friends with suddenly say to you here, do you know what, like don't sit with us today, we don't like you anymore, you can't sit with us, and you feel isolated and lonely and you feel a little bit smaller. So today, if you feel like this is you, you've gone from really high self-esteem, feeling really good, but now you feel through comments or situations that have happened in your life, they might have been the ones that I said, or they could be loads of other things. You feel like you find yourself in a place where you feel small and insignificant. That's what we want to speak into today, and that's what we want to talk about, and hopefully you'll get the tools on how to build that back up for you and for other people around you.
That's such a good demonstration. I'm sure we can all relate to it in some way or another. And so we just want to give you guys an opportunity in your groups to talk about this. And so what causes your self-esteem to go down? What impacts your self-esteem? So we just want to give you an opportunity to talk about that now. Okay guys, so hopefully you had a good opportunity to talk about some of the things that are impacting your self-esteem. We asked some of our friends here at Made for More what impacts their self-esteem. So let's check that out now.
For me, it would probably be if I feel left out or that my friends don't want to hang out with me.
When I don't feel like I fit in like the people around me. Not being as smart as some of my other friends in the class.
So we hope you found that identifying those things helpful for you. And what you probably see as you look at your page where that's written down is that a lot of the things that make us have low self-esteem or make us feel small and insignificant are when we start looking around at other people, when we take our eyes off ourselves, start looking around at everybody else, and we start using this big word, comparison. So we start comparing ourselves to other people around us. That can make us feel small, feel insignificant, and even at times things that we feel really good at, or we maybe feel like we're smart or good at sport, and actually you're like, this is where I really excel, and you feel good and your self-esteem is high, but then suddenly you look around and you're like, well, I mean, I might be good, but not as good as that person. Like that person ran this in this amount of time, or this person scored this on this test, and suddenly your self-esteem takes a knock. But what can we do in those types of situations?
So you guys are going to see now on the screen, you're going to see two different pictures, and we just want to give you the challenge of finding three differences between the two of them. So see if you can notice three differences between the two pictures. So hopefully you could see in the pictures, guys, that those pictures look really, really similar. There's some subtle differences between the two of them, and I actually think that's a really important lesson for us to learn. So often we can compare ourselves and look at other people, and so often it looks fairly similar, but if we can discover what is unique about us, what are the things that we love to do, that will be so beneficial for our mental health. It will take our eyes off the people around us in terms of comparison and actually help us appreciate what are the things you love to do, who's the person you want to be, how are you different from those around you.
So we've just talked about how comparison can actually be really unhealthy for us. Actually, when we look around at everyone else, what we would challenge you to do is start looking at yourselves. Who are you? What gifts do you have? What do you have to offer? Because I guarantee if you do that, you'll actually find out that you are pretty incredible. You'll see now appearing on the screen lots of different words, and these are just examples to give you some thoughts of things that could be really beneficial for you. So what the challenge is for you to look at the words that are appearing on screen and for you to write down choose 4 of them that actually could be for you, things that you are good at, things that really benefit you. So you could be kind, you could be loving, you could be sporty, you could be intelligent. So those are examples of some of the words that you might choose to write down. But what we want you to really just do is actually take the eyes off everyone around you, focus on yourself, and just raise that self-esteem within yourself.
I would say I'm gentle, generous, and quiet.
I'm funny, I'm smart, and I'm kind.
I'm enthusiastic, sporty, and helpful.
Okay, I am bubbly, smiley, and positive.
Probably hardworking, artistic, and caring.
Okay guys, so hopefully that was helpful just to allow you to recognize some positive words about yourself. It's so important that we can recognize who we are. What are we good at? What do we enjoy doing? But that's not where it ends. We want to encourage you guys and challenge you guys to actually find that in the people around you. What Zara's going to do in a minute is rebuild these dolls in front of me, and we think you guys can do that for each other. You can rebuild somebody's self-esteem who's around you. And so we want to give you guys an opportunity to talk about that. Split yourselves into groups, and you're going to come up with ways that you can help build each other's self-esteem.
So I hope you have a list there of things that you can do to build other people up, to raise their self-esteem, to bring them from feeling small and insignificant to really high self-esteem. We asked our friends here at Made for More what helps them build their self-esteem, what makes them feel good, and this is what they had to say.
I'm spending time with my family or the people that I really love and the people that really know me. And when people say nice things to me and when they include me in different situations.
If people tell me I'm good at sports, if people tell me that I'm funny, if I go out and do something that's really fun.
Oh, just when you get nice words of encouragement from the people who you're close to.
Maybe if someone's like really kind and would maybe buy me like a wee bun or something.
I hope that you have a list of stuff written in front of you. Let's try and bring this home and show some ways that we can actually build our self-esteem using those examples. And we'll use our doll here and build it right back up. So Ryan, what are some of the things that we could do to help raise our self-esteem within school?
Yeah, I think one of the things could be to encourage each other.
Absolutely. I have this thing that I just love. Say what you see. If you see something positive in someone, say it. Like, here, do you know what? I really like your hair. You look really good today. Here, see whenever you did that in class, that was really funny. Say that. It really encourages someone and really builds them up. Next thing, what can we do to raise our self-esteem?
Probably helping somebody.
Absolutely. If someone is struggling in your class, so say you know that someone is struggling with a subject you're in, or maybe someone is struggling in PE, or just generally someone is struggling in life, draw alongside them and say, here, do you know what? Do you need a hand? I'm maybe good at that. You're struggling with maths. I'm actually good at that. Can I help you out? What that can do is make them feel less alone and also raise their self-esteem because they can become good at that thing now. Thank you. Next one.
Personal favourite, just smiling at somebody.
Absolutely. See, smiling at someone. Smiling at someone just shows that they are noticed. So for some of you, it might be like, yeah, I don't really know if I could go over and say something positive to someone. That's a bit out of my comfort zone. What you can do, you can smile at someone. It makes someone feel recognised. It makes someone feel less alone and just is generally friendly. So if that is something, why not set that tone in your school, in your class, to actually make people feel good, less alone by just smiling at someone and help raise their self-esteem. And Ryan, what is the last thing? One other example example of something we can do to raise self-esteem.
Yeah, last one be to include somebody.
Absolutely. So some of you from the pandemic, from whatever school situation, you feel lonely, you see yourself at the outside of a friendship group. What we can do is include people, and that is an incredible way to help build people's self-esteem. So if you're maybe going out at the weekend, even at lunchtime, whatever you're doing, just say, here, do you want to come with us? Do you want to sit with us? Don't assume that people have people. So just include people and make them feel wanted, and that can help raise our self-esteem, going from feeling small and insignificant and low self-esteem to really high self-esteem.
That is such a helpful demonstration for you guys. We hope it helps you guys as you navigate your self-esteem. As we finish off, we just want to remind you, just be aware of comparison. Just remember, how are you comparing yourself to others? And remember those words that came up on the screen earlier, maybe that you've shared with other people. Go home today and think about those words. How can you continue to remind yourself, this is who I am, and use those to build your own self-esteem?